Welcome back to Voices in the Dark, where every whisper carries a secret, and every shadow hides the truth. If you're new here, take a moment to subscribe and tap the notification bell, so you never miss another story from the depths of fear and mystery. And if you enjoyed tonight's tale, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment about what haunts you the most. Now, turn down the lights, make sure you're alone, and listen carefully. Because tonight's story is not just told, it is waiting to be heard. Story title: The House That Speaks When No One Is Home. Narrator: Voices in the Dark. Some stories are warnings, some are memories. This is both. Intro. Most houses settle. They creak, sigh, complain with age. But there is a house on Bremer Lane that does something far worse. It talks. No one lives there anymore. No one has for years. But still every night someone hears it whisper. I found this story buried in an old police archive. The only surviving witness insisted that the house spoke to him by name. And what it said should never be repeated. I'll repeat it anyway. Because you're listening to Voices in the Dark. The Arrival. It began in autumn. A man named Elias Ford, a quiet caretaker, inherited the house from his late uncle, a man the town only referred to as the listener. The house was small, forgotten, fenced by trees leaning inward like silent onlookers. Elias was practical. He didn't believe in ghosts, just property taxes. He entered with a single suitcase. The air inside was unmoving, thick, and yet, he said, not silent. There was a hush, like the moment before someone speaks. The floorboards groaned in a way that felt too deliberate, too timed, almost responsive. He assumed it was just age. He assumed wrong. First night, Elias settled into an old bedroom. The wallpaper peeled like loose skin. Dust lay on everything except a wooden chair in the corner, perfectly clean, as if someone sat there often. At midnight, Elias woke. Not from a dream but from a sound. A whisper. Low, wet, too close. He froze. The whisper came again. Soft. Deliberate. From the hallway. Hello, Elias. He thought he imagined it. Until he heard footsteps, slow, gentle, right outside his door. He opened it. No one was there. But the whisper continued, now coming from behind him. Inside the room. Right next to his ear. Why did you come back? He fled the room. He did not return until morning. The letters. The next day, Elias searched the house. He found nothing alive. Nothing human. But beneath a loose floorboard, he discovered a stack of letters tied with twine, each envelope sealed with black wax. None were addressed to a person. Only to the house. The letters were written by his uncle, the listener. He described the house as if it were a living mind. It knows when you enter. It knows when you speak. It knows your name. He wrote of voices in the walls that called to him at night. Sometimes pleading, sometimes angry, sometimes sounding like people he'd known his whole life. People are long dead. His final letter was smeared, as though written in terror. It is waking. It wants someone new. It wants an audience. Elias dropped the letters. The walls seemed to exhale. The exchanges. On the third night, the house no longer whispered. It spoke. Elias, stay. Its voice was layered, like many voices speaking as one, struggling to form a single word. Elias shouted into the air, demanding it reveal itself. The house answered. Sit. The clean wooden chair scraped across the floor toward him, without being touched. He backed away. Sit. It repeated, louder. He stumbled into the chair. It held him there, its wood suddenly heavy, rooted. Across the room, the wallpaper began to pulse, like skin over a heartbeat. He closed his eyes. The house spoke again, quietly, sweetly. Tell me a story. Elias trembled. What? Tell me a story, like he did. Elias remembered the letters. His uncle had spoken to the house. Read it. Perhaps it was lonely. So, he obeyed. He told it a short story, one his mother told him as a child. When he finished, the chair loosened. The walls fell silent. Elias fled the room. A relationship built on fear. Days passed. Each night, the house demanded stories. Sometimes old myths. Sometimes fairy tales. Sometimes memories. The house devoured them all. But the more he fed it, the louder it became. It began finishing his sentences, correcting forgotten details, speaking in his mother's voice until he cried. One night he ran. He packed his bags, fled into the woods, but the trees bent inward, blocking his path. The house whispered from the darkness. "Don't leave me, Elias." He screamed. The sound died before it left his throat, swallowed by the air. He returned. He always returned. The unseen room. On the 7th night, the house made a new request. "Read from below." Below? He searched the basement. Nothing. But behind a shelf, hidden in shadow, he found a door. A door nailed shut. It shook, as if something inside was breathing. The nails slid out by themselves and clinked against the floor. The door opened. Inside was a small room with just stone walls, and a single wooden chair facing a table. On the table rested a book bound in skin-colored leather. It pulsed, faintly. Elias opened it. There were no words, only names. One on each page. Names of strangers. Names of children. Names of people who vanished without trace. His uncle's name was the final entry. The next page was blank. Waiting. The house spoke. "Read." Elias whispered his uncle's name. The walls groaned. A voice cried out, his uncle's voice, screaming, begging, clawing inside Elias' head. Elias dropped the book. The page where his uncle's name had been was now blank. "The bargain." The house whispered. "Every story has a price. Yours is almost due." The floorboards crawled like veins beneath his feet. Elias demanded answers, voice breaking. "What are you?" The house replied. "A memory of every voice I have devoured. A hunger that cannot be filled. Tell your final story." Elias felt something cold touch his back. Fingers without flesh. Without warmth. He screamed and ran upstairs, but every hallway twisted. Every corner led him back to the same room. The room with the chair. The book was there now. Open. Its blank page waited. The final story. Elias began to tell a story. Not from a book. From his life. He spoke of mistakes, regrets, stolen childhood joys. He spoke until his voice cracked. The house hummed, pleased. More. Elias confessed memories he never spoke aloud, the ones that shamed him, the ones he buried. More. He sobbed. More. The shadows stretched, wrapped around him, pulling him into the chair. He choked out his final words. The book closed. The silence. Days later, neighbors noticed the house was quiet. Too quiet. Elias was gone. No belongings. Nobody. No sign he ever existed. Except, a new name had appeared in the book. On the last page. Elias Ford. Beneath it, another blank page waited. Still. Listening. The aftermath. Authorities sealed the house. But I know what happened next. Because last week, I received a letter. No return address. Black wax seal. Inside, it is waking. It wants someone new. It wants an audience. Bremer Lane, the back door is unlocked. I'm telling you this because lately, at night, when everything is quiet, I hear it. Through my walls. Into my ear. Calling me by name. Soft. Patient. Hungry. Tell me a story. And if someday you hear a whisper. In your home. In your room. Behind your ear. Just remember. Some houses do not wait. They choose. And someday, they may choose you.